Hello and welcome to a fabulous European edition of Five Things Friday. And I'm super privileged to be joined by Alex. So Alex and Alex, AA.
Thank you for having me, Alex. It's a pleasure to be on the show. 6 years ago, I joined Business France, so the French Trade Commission in London, where I shifted into retail technology. And since then, I've been helping French companies, French retail tech companies, to grow in the UK market. And I've also been working with British retailers, as you said, to identify the right technology solutions for them.
That's fantastic. So listen, let's be respectful to your time because I know you're super busy and jump straight into it.
Yeah, so part of the first thing I wanted to share is something that I find really interesting and that is really booming in France right now. It's the drive-through grocery shopping model. So as we call it in French, le drive. And the reason why I chose this topic is because it's not something I've really come across much in the UK. In France right now, it now makes up more than 10% of all grocery sales in the country. So that's huge, yeah, when you think about it. And it started just as a side service to regular retailers, and it's now a central part of the experience for millions of people. And the model became especially popular, as you said, during the pandemic when people were avoiding the stores. But what's really interesting is to see that the growth hasn't slowed down at all since then. And people love it because it's fast, it's easy, and sometimes it's cheaper. And the retailers in France, they have noticed the demand for it, and they are constantly improving the service. So we've seen longer opening hours, new collection options like pedestrian drives or lockers, and even fast delivery options have been added. So I think for retailers, it's a good way to meet the needs of the different customers while also staying profitable, and sometimes even more so than traditional online delivery. There's one name that really stands out in this space. It's Leclerc. So all of them do it. Leclerc, Carrefour, Intermarché, they're all investing heavily. But Leclerc, they've been pioneers of the drive-through model in France since the beginning, and they have launched their first pilot back in 2017.
Yeah.
And today they are operating more than 700 full drive-throughs, more than 150 pedestrian drive called the Drive Piéton. And these ones are really popular, I would say, in city centers where the space is limited, the real estate can be very expensive. So instead of driving, customers can just walk in to pick up their online order. And I think France fully embraced the drive model, and not only with cars, but on foot too. And
Sustainable. I love it.
yeah, and it's really interesting to see what's happening. And with companies like Leclerc and Carrefour leading the way, it's clear that this approach is here to stay.
Yeah, fantastic. The second one, we were going to go to Auchan, right?
Yes, Auchan. So Auchan, for those who may not know it, is one of the largest supermarket chains in France with stores all over the country. And we wanted to discuss today the new partnership between Auchan and Houra. So we saw some collaborations in the UK with retailers and Deliveroo or Uber Eats, but this one feels a bit different. It makes me think about the way M&S works with Ocado, for example.
Yeah.
So Houra isn't just a delivery platform. It's a full-on grocery website. They have their own logistic network. So this deal is less about outsourcing delivery and more about fully integrating two different business models. And the reason why they have done this is because Auchan have closed down their own delivery service, which was called Auchan Direct.
Yeah.
Due to operational issues. And now they have decided to partner with, this is a fresh start mini commerce for them without having to rebuild everything from scratch.
A lot of grocers around the world have struggled with getting this platform right for delivery, and then how delivery connects into e-commerce. Again, you could probably do shows on e-commerce and delivery. So it's super interesting to see how, I don't know if every country has its own model, but we're definitely seeing different partnerships across Europe to do that. And it brings me, interestingly enough, onto BM, which is a Basque country supermarket that's expanding across Spain right now. And their approach is very sort of old fashioned retail in the sense of investment in stores. Obviously, they do e-commerce, but I just think that there is, instead of a price war, which Aldi and Lidl have been sort of driving the charge for, getting that cost down, BM is sort of investing in the format of the store. And this, if there are Americans watching this, they're very used to this. But in the specifically in the UK and some of the other European retailers, the shelves, for example, are all really high. Not at BM. The design principles here is that you can see every single point of the store from wherever you are, which provides a far more sort of exclusive upmarket feel to the experience. The fresh fruit and some of the other departments are smaller, but again, this is a community store, if you like, rather than a main superstore. BM also, another thing that they're investing in is the butcher and the fishmonger. But anyway, so super interesting on what they're trying to do at a local level. And I think this trend is, because I've worked with retailers in Hungary, in Estonia, and they're all trying to go for this sort of upmarket feel. But now it feels like there's got to be some consolidation. Something's going to move, because you can't have this density of grocer. I don't think it's sustainable in the different regions. We're motoring through these. Back to you for Mango.
Yeah, so now moving from grocery to fashion. So this one is about how fashion retailers are using AI to transform the online shopping experience. And one great example is the recent one with Mango, the Spanish fashion brand, which recently launched their virtual stylist called Mango Stylist. So now, of course, we have seen chatbots and recommendation tools for a while, like ASOS or Zalando, giving style suggestions based on your purchases. But what Mango is doing here is a bit different and a step further, I would say. So the assistant isn't just reactive, it uses real-time fashion trends and user input, like your wish list, for example, to generate personalized outfit suggestions.
Yeah.
And you can access it on their website, on the app, and through Instagram. So I actually tested it myself, both on the app and Instagram. So first, on the app, I didn't find it super intuitive at first because the assistant isn't immediately visible. So I was expecting to see something big on the home page saying Mango Stylist, it's here. I couldn't find it really easily. So I gave it a try, and you actually have to scroll down on the product page to the bottom of the page and click on the need help button to start the conversation with the stylist. And you end up seeing the conversation where it's written assistant. So it doesn't feel like you are entering the stylist mode. But once I got into it, I have to say that the chat was really smooth and very satisfying. So for your reference, I asked for white, comfortable trousers for the beach.
Okay.
And it gave me pretty relevant options, trendy, comfortable, cheap, and it gave me some, products with links that I could click on and then check out. So I would say the experience once you are into it is very good. And then I tried the same thing on Instagram, and the experience was a bit different there. So since it's not linked to your account, it doesn't have access to your shopping history or preferences. So the first thing it asked me was either to choose the country I'm from or to share my email address to connect with my Mango wishlist, for example.
Yeah.
So it's really interesting to see how Mango is using different entry points and how much the experience depends on the data they have access to.
Yeah.
So at the
This
moment,
is a classic example of agentic, an agent shopping for you. But I love this example because what you're highlighting here, how does a retailer take control of its own data on the path to purchase? And this is a beautiful example of that. I really, yeah, I'm impressed by Mango getting it out to market this quickly. Do you think you would end up spending more money?
I did definitely
You bought 3 pairs of white trousers.
just one. Yeah,
You bought an accessory or something to go with it.
I love to test the new trends and new technologies. Yeah, it's available in the UK, in France.
So okay, here's a question. Would you go back to it? Or do you think it's a gimmick?
I think I think I would go back because I have to say, I mean, it's very personal, but I don't shop as much as I used to before. I tend to go to charity shops and try and go on Vinted and try to buy less new products. So when I end up on the website today or in a store, I don't know what's trending. I don't know what would be, the best products to buy this summer. So I find I find retailers holiday shop really useful for this.
Okay.
But if you're looking for a specific, for example, a white comfortable trouser, if you're looking for something specific, it saves you time, and you just go to the chat. You want something from Mango, and there you have it.
I love it. Honestly, really good. So it's really interesting. We'll finish on this one. I'm going to be super fast because we're at the top of our allotted time. Tell me if you think this is true or not. So, like,
After years of minimalism and quiet luxury, is the messy soul girl finally back? We spent years smoothing out every edge, from beige color palettes to skincare's personality. The ideal was polished and optimized, but lately, that aesthetic is starting to unravel, and it's not just a vibe. On platforms like Particle, the data tracks the mood shift in real time. Tobacco products are up 843%, rolling trays 569%, alcoholic beverages up nearly 1,000% in the past 12 months. This isn't just aesthetic fatigue, it's cultural realignment. Coaches climbing, Granny's trending upwards, the row is softening. Suddenly, having a beer and cowboy boots feels more aspirational than green juice and Pilates. It's less about optimization and more about character, pleasure, and mood. Date to night dressing is trending, and imperfect beauty is back. People are drinking again, dancing again, wearing the dress, not checking the weather, ordering dessert, swapping routines for romance, saying more with less beige, from clean to captivating. If you're building a brand or marketing one, this isn't noise. It's a shift in culture and taste, and how people want to feel. The clean girl era, it's fading. What's next is messier, bolder, and honestly a lot more fun.
it's interesting because one of the major trends, and giving is, cigarettes and alcohol have been declining. But what the commentary here is that there's a messier, trending aesthetic that retailers potentially need to be paying attention to or providing a space for, because green smoothies are not hitting it anymore, and people want to let their hair down, have more fun, go wild. And obviously we're in festival season, so you're seeing a lot of that across the whole of Europe in different festivals. I just wonder what your opinion is. Do you think that is a trend that's coming in, or you think it's just not really? People are still into their health.
I think it is not a trend. I think it's real that there's people are realizing that they need to make choices for themselves and not for the look of it or what others are going to think about it. So
Yeah.
obviously on social media you see all these videos about Pilates girls, smoothies, as you said, being healthy, and which is, don't get me wrong, really important to stay healthy and be active. But life isn't just about that. It's also about, enjoying life and simple moments and being yourself. And there's a strong move, I would say, on social media about being yourself without makeup, with your own body shapes.
Yeah.
And I think it's great because it used to put a lot of pressure on people And now we can see there's a trend about getting this pressure off, being
It's more messier. It's real, I guess. We're less interested in what things look like and how they really are. And real life is messy. And so maybe that's the aesthetic we're going. Alexandra, thank you so much for giving up the time for being with us for the show today. Hopefully you have a lovely weekend, and I see you next week.
Thank you so much, Alex. Thank you for having me.
Au revoir, à bientôt.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.